Gentlemen, welcome to this episode of The Quarantine Life. I am your host for today, Ken Pichelle, KDC, Adman, and other various Govs Comedy Club radio shows. I may or may not be the guy singing the parody songs on Pasusu. I'm going to kill time here for pretty much 2 minutes until I see if this actually comes up live on the good old Facebook broadcast. But lovely, lovely day here in the Triangle area of North Carolina. Yeah, I'm just kind of killing time right now. Where are my ads? Oh, we're live now. There we go. And there we are. I see me on the TV. Awesome. All right. So, I don't know if anybody knew that this was happening today. Sweet. There's 2 more people. All right. Let's try this little camera adjustment. That works a little bit better. We'll go with that. All right, well, this should be really interesting because I'm not going to be as funny as Rich Rada, and I'm not going to sing songs like Andy Plajanos. I'm certainly nowhere remotely close to anyone who's actually a stage comedian at Govs. So yeah, I, like you, am wondering what I'm doing here. But someone please comment. Here, I'll type that in there myself. Say hello, ask me questions. I was trying to think about, the differences I could tell you about the virus situation down here in North Carolina, but I'm really not getting out much, so I really don't know what it is that's causing peaks. I don't know if there's stuff going on down in the beach areas. I mean, total speculation there. So all right. I have one little silly planned activity that I'm kind of gonna hold out on for a couple of minutes and see if anybody comes on here and joins, and if they don't, I'll just ramble through that little shtick and we'll call it a day, I guess, and I'll go off somewhere and try to come up with another Pasusu parody. Andy, someone is here. All right, I can't swipe those notifications away off that phone every time. All right, we are in business now. All right, the gang is just pouring in. Hey, Andy. Hey, Joan. Well, now I have 2 people I know here, so I can probably proceed in a little bit to my silliness. Yeah, Andy, I don't know that I can answer that question. That questionable question that you're offering up to me in the comments there. Someone else is going to have to answer that. Yeah. So, I'm just going to fiddle for another couple of minutes here, and then I'll go ahead and start my silly little planned activity. Yeah, we're still busy with the hand sanitizer around here too, of course. I mean, again, I don't get out much, so I think people are wearing masks where I see any activity, but I also can't really claim to have been, busted into any crowded areas or anything like that. So, well, this very work desk here, this is where the magic happens, where I sit here and, come up with my insane little ideas of Susu parody songs. I write them right here. I sing them right here. Don does the video magic. And there's that little secret surprise. Let's see. There is one other thing that I had been meaning to do here. I'm gonna take this, hey Tom Galati, I'm gonna take this little opportunity to read you an ad for a recent company that has been mentioned of late on Govs Comedy Club Radio. And I'm going to be staring over here as I read it, but here goes anyway. Two Eagles Auto Body is a family-owned and operated collision shop located in New Hyde Park and has been servicing the community for over 20 years. In addition to collision services, Two Eagles offers their very own car rental company. They can meet you at any location with a car and offer 24-hour towing services. At Two Eagles, they are constantly striving for perfection, with your satisfaction being their number one priority. That's Two Eagles Auto Body, 1818 Falmouth Avenue, New Hyde Park, New York, 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527. Their website is twolittleeyes-eagles-autobody.hub.biz and Two Little Eyes Eagles Auto Body, all together, no punctuation, at AOL.com. And watch this. I can put that information, I can put the whole stinking ad right into the comment stream. So let's just do that. There we go. Give them the little ad read that they so deserved. All right, let's see. Well, I guess it's time. It's time for me to do this utterly silly idea that I came up with many, many months ago. And I think we are just gonna go with it. And, if anybody thinks it's funny, maybe I'll do it again in the future. And if nobody thinks it's funny, then, well, I did my quarantine life on Friday, July 24th, and everybody have a great weekend. So, this next segment that I am introducing to you, I would like to call PSA. Welcome to PSA. Now, what does that stand for, you may ask? We are going to have it stand for Playful Song Analysis. Right out of the gate, we're kicking things off with the wordplay double meaning of PSA, which I'm defining as playful song analysis, but of course is also very well known as public service announcement. After all, I'm just here to try and help lighten up your day. So, what are the goals of playful song analysis? Please bear with me while I do this because I wrote all this silliness thinking that it might wind up happening during KDC sometime, so I've kind of tried to finagle this around to put it in its own standalone context. But anyway, the goals of playful song analysis, in no particular order, but really, this one might have been number one if we picked in order. Hey, Don Sill, I'm on TV! Hey, Don. Hey, Don. Benny says that a lot. Future spoiler alert maybe there. Shh. Anywho, playful song analysis, goal number one is to pay tribute to Michael the Joke Explainer. If you do not know who Michael the Joke Explainer is, and it's kind of an ironic statement to make because really, none of us know who Michael the Joke Explainer is, and it's euphoria and sadness. It really is, because we've talked about wanting to know but not wanting to know. Personally, the only reason I would want to know is because I would definitely listen to him more elsewhere, whatever else he does in the comedy world. If you have any idea what I'm talking about, I will quickly summarize. Yeah, Don, I might say we on TV a couple of times, but I don't think I'm gonna sing. No. Okay, so Michael the Joke Explainer is this guy who started calling in to, just do an impression? I don't know. Yeah, well, let me get through my planned silliness and we'll see what in the world kind of impression I could possibly do. So, Michael the Joke Explainer. This guy started calling in to Knock 'em Dead sometime last year, maybe more than a year ago already. And he told these like pretty dry, borderline lame-ish jokes, dad punish maybe. That's not dad punish, that's dad pun-ish. Okay, so then after he called a couple of times, he started explaining the jokes, and I mean, just all I can say is tears. It's epic. He tells this little short joke, takes a very short time, and then he explains it for a really long time, kind of like I'm doing now, and his explanation is abso-stinking-lutely hilarious. Hey, Andrew Fremder. All right, Joan, really? You're literally dropping information that you have no way of knowing, and let's just say that that's going to arise later in this little bit here. But anywho, so that's probably far more backstory than you needed about Michael the Joke Explainer. He's hilarious. He's awesome. We love him. So goal number one of this silly little playful song analysis exercise is to pay tribute to him. And if this ever did happen on Knock 'em Dead, or Michael, if you're watching Quarantine Life now, it's kind of like looking to draw you out because we just love to lure and draw and attract phone calls from Michael because he's hilarious. Goal number two of this is at times to highlight some great lyrics and some great songs by some great artists. I don't know if that's going to happen today, but anyway, here's today. Goal number three, at times just some fun dissecting of a brief parody song. No, it's not a Pasusu parody song. I thought about that. I could be, if anybody thinks this is funny, maybe I'll do that in the future, but for today, there's a different parody song that I will be dissecting. And finally, not really goal number 4, but perhaps consequence number 4 is that I might actually wind up saying something real and serious having to do with songwriting. I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but it's a solid maybe. So today, I have a brief parody song, and this is just a little 4-liner that I wrote a while ago. In context, those of you who know the backstory behind the lyrics, you'll know it's been a while now. So you might recognize this song and melody without me even singing it. But here is today's little song that we are going to examine. Neighbor, would you move your car? It's there each day and 'neath the stars. Neighbor, would you move your car? You make it tough to love you. So, I don't know if I can continue to hold that right there. Let me see if I can hold that right there while I keep doing this. So have you got the melody yet? Oh, wow. Andy, have a Friday afternoon relaxer or something. Yikes. So yeah, to help you with the melody, just in case, let's look at it again. But let's add line 5. So we've got, neighbor, would you move your car? It's there each day and 'neath the stars. Neighbor, would you move your car? You make it tough to love you. And now adding line 5. Beep, 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 yeah. Go ahead, sing it in your head. It's pretty catchy, I know. I didn't write the melody. You know who did. So, let's dig into this a little bit here. At this point, see, here's where my notes diverge. At this point, excuse me. Let me, one moment. The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by Knock 'em Dead. Oh, wrong time. Yes, Don Sill, it is in fact inspired by a Beatles song. So at this point in the whole setup, the absolute best part of Michael calling in to Knock 'em Dead would be that typically Eric Shevland, Eric S. name as I so affectionately like to refer to him. I think that came from some other guy that calls in to Knock 'em Dead. Eric would typically ask what was kind of the gateway question of, now Michael, how did you come up with that joke? And then Michael proceeds to tell this stinking hilarious joke explanation for 3 to 5 minutes. So if we had that opportunity here, and I'm doing it by myself, the gateway question here would be, what brought this parody about? How did this parody song come about? So now let's dig into that a little bit. So this song, put that right back there. So this song came about, hold on a second. Technology. There we go. So this song came about first by way of Parody Maker number 2. Now, that number 2 there really makes you wonder what Parody Maker number 1 is, right? I know, me too. But anyway, Parody Maker number 2 reference a current event. Again, when I wrote this thing, it was current, so, just go with me. In this instance, the event was Derek's car. Well, the neighbor's car, which was parked in front of Derek's house for, I don't know, weeks, maybe months, with Derek, of course, being friend of the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show, Mr. Poppin' Twist. If you don't happen to know him, check him out on Facebook. He's been going live during this coronavirus insanity, and thankfully I think he started doing some, I think he did his first back in action balloon gig recently. And shout out, just the other day, he got retweeted by JJ Watts. I may get this wrong. I think it's Ultimate Tag is the show on TV that JJ Watts is on. And so somebody requested that Mr. Poppin' Twist do balloons of all of the stars on Ultimate Tag. So he got a tweet from J.J. Watts about how awesome they all were. So that was cool. So that's a little story about what these lyrics were all about. So again, we're using Parody Maker number 2, reference a current event. Also used in the creative development of this parody was Parody Maker number 4, play to your local audience. This is achieved here as I've chosen to parody a Beatles song, with the Beatles and cover bands thereof being very popular in general on Long Island, and specifically with friends of Governor's Comedy Club Radio and the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show. And shout out certainly also with Gov's own Joe DeJesu, host of Jam, Bam, Wham, you name it, any XAM. He's done every kind of acoustic music you can imagine, and lots of Beatles stuff. One night each for each of the Fab Four. And I think coming up this Monday, it will be a best of the Beatles night. So clearly, we are pretty solidly employing play to your local audience in this with use of a Beatles song. Thank you. Andy, did you Google like I do, or did you just know? See, I throw information into the comments, and I've Googled it to find out. I'm thinking, Andy, you just straight up might have known that. But Andy has let me know that J.J. Watt is also the creator and executive producer of Ultimate Tag, which makes a whole lot of sense. Annihilation by Megadeth. I don't know what we're talking about. I was kind of partial to Sweating Bullets by Megadeth. Countdown to Extinction was a CD that my roommate and I played the heck out of in grad school in the early 90s. Momentary pause to peruse the comments. Sorry about it not being Megadeth, Andy. You know, if this goes well, maybe there'll be a Megadeth one of these if anyone actually thinks this is funny when it's all over. Or, better chance, maybe a Megadeth Pasusu parody. Stranger Things haven't happened yet, but Stranger Things are in the works, so just hold on tight with that. So we have used Parody Maker number 2, reference a current event, and Parody Maker number 4, play to your local audience. So, apologies people, I am working on 2 screens here, and I am scrolling the wrong one. Let's move it along here. All right, so another tool that we've used to create this parody is Lyrical Guideline number 8, Don't Be Lazy. With line 2, it's there each day beneath the stars. I mean, I could have been totally lazy and gone with it's there all day and night. So much wrong there. Totally kills the rhyme with car. Saying all just twice like that. No imagery to cause you to picture the stars and the parked car sitting under them with their light gently glistening off its hood. It also causes violation of another lyrical guideline, number 5, meter matters. No, just no. Always remember lyrical guideline number 8, don't be lazy. Speaking of lyrical guideline number 5, meter matters, it is to thank for the convenient yet not forced little shortening in line 2 from beneath to neath. Let's look at the difference. Neighbor, would you move your car? It's there each night and beneath the stars. It's kind of extra syllable in there. You can just squeeze it out. Check this out. Neighbor, would you move your car? It's there each day and 'neath the stars. It's just those little subtleties. And yeah, I know I tricked myself into singing. It happens. Let's see what else. Now, I mean, this is a fun thing. So now, this next thing just doesn't happen every time, but we got a lot of action out of line 2 here. A huge thing happened with line 2, which one more time is, it's there each day and 'neath the stars. This huge thing is formally known as Playful Song Analysis Magical Happening number 1. It's number 1 because I don't even know when or if a number 2 will even exist for the Magical Happenings category. And what is Playful Song Analysis Magical Happening number 1? Have a Michael moment. You don't make the magic happen. It just happens. It's naturally there. It's intrinsic, subconscious even. And you simply hope to just, contain it enough to work it into your presentation. It's a Michael moment because just like Michael's exchange with Steve Belanger, host of Comedians on Football, that's Steve Belanger, host of Comedians on Football, right here on Governor's Comedy Club Radio, Tuesday evenings at 6:30. Disclaimer, that was last season. No idea about this coming season with Comedians on Football, or for that matter, football or the Washington Anything Club. Hey, I didn't know I was going to work that in, but, spontaneity. So, the Michael moment with Steve was, and this was on Knock 'em Dead, Michael explained to Steve that Michael had come up with this idea in his head, and then he wrote it down, and he had to read it a few times to fully understand all that was within it, and just everything that he had created. It was just that overwhelming. So, the Michael moment for this parody song of mine happened a lot. Again, in line number 2, when I entirely unwittingly thought to rhyme car in line number 1 with stars in line 2, without even realizing in the moment that the original Beatles song contains a line, "Yes, I'm gonna be a star." When this happens, it's gold. Pure gold. It is Playful Song Analysis, Magical Happening, number 1's world, and we're all just living in it. Okay, I looked at the screen and I liked what I see. Don Sill as Dave Mustaine in a Sweating Bullets parody. Wow. I think I gotta go on record as being down with that. Let me take some notes here, because that, I know for those of you who don't have a clue about Megadeth or the Sweating Bullets song, it's a very, very interesting vocal delivery. I mean, a lot of it is almost kind of sort of spoken, so yeah, that's going on the list. Let's just say, don't put any spoilers in here, Andy, but let's just say I've been to work on one of your other suggestions from previously, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think it's going to go okay. So, recapping. Playful Song Analysis, Magical Happening, number 1, have a Michael moment. When you're writing lyrics that you just don't even know connected together like that. I'm sure that probably happened somewhere in a Pasusu song, but yeah, we'll finish where we are right here, and then we'll ad-lib some more. All right, so in thinking that I wouldn't be trying to kill an hour like this and only getting, a few minutes during Knock 'em Dead when I thought up all this crazy stuff, the thought was kind of head to a wrap up here, so I'm just going to proceed with the notes here. I know we're only about halfway through a four-line song parody, but no, we did 2 lines. We're exactly halfway through. Sorry, that was the biostatistician in me. And, well, that was for the mathematician in you, Andy. But anyway, we're going to say that this is all that I have time for today. Okay. Did you catch it? Did you notice? We're in the middle of it right now. It's playful song analysis technique number 6, the cliffhanger. Again, I'm out of time. Cliffhanger is a well-known term in pop culture, but if necessary, Google it or ask Siri about it. Whoa. Did you see it? Did you catch it? Playful song analysis technique number 11. Make a reference to pop culture. In most cases, you'll have to listen to what I said, process it, and then make your own determination as to whether it referenced pop culture. In this case, I mentioned both Google and Siri. However, even before that, I literally said the words pop culture. Watch this back. I said, cliffhanger is a well-known term in pop culture, but if necessary, Google or ask Siri about it. Anywho, we'll conclude this playful song analysis another day. Okay, Joan, remember when I said you spoiler alerted me in the comments earlier? Here you go. Thank you so much for listening to this installment of PSA. If you're a man 55 years of age or older, or if you love one, consider the recommendation for a PSA screening test. It simply makes good sense. This has been PSA's PSA. See what I did there? Playful song analysis, prostate-specific antigen public service announcement. That was a triple meaning for PSA. I'm sure that Michael simply must have a name for something like this. I'm going to have to ask him one day. Disclaimer, this announcer is not a real doctor. He doesn't play one on TV either, and he didn't sleep in any particular unstated hotel last night. Unstated because hashtag not a sponsor, but he really does work in clinical trials, research, and drug development, which only means he knows enough to be dangerous. Medical diagnostic tests, in fact, though, are a serious matter. Please do your own research about appropriate timings. For the love of Pete, though, if you use WebMD, at least get a second opinion. Have your pets neighed and sputered, and have a nice day. I think that's where that ends. I'm pausing. I'm taking notes. Let me know in the comments if that was remotely funny at all, because if it was, there might be a little bit more that I could do. Hey, Gina Kinjemi Coffin. Pardon me, folks. I'm a little behind on some of my commentary duties. So let me know in those comments if, like, that was remotely entertaining or worth your time. Granted, you're still here, so there's that. But anyway, let's see what the comments are telling me. All right, Andy. Apparently the sweating bullets thing is on. Okay, Joan said that was funny, and well, I mean, her opinion may matter more than most, so maybe we'll just keep going with this insanity because I have a little bit of something else silly planned. Somebody call Eric Shevland, because again, this was all concocted in the midst of Knock 'em Dead, and so... well, this next thing is for Eric, so I'll just do it and let him see it afterward, and he can yell at me, because I would have loved to done this live on Knock 'em Dead just to get his reaction from it. But so I actually never did take the time to continue this, and I guess really it would be talking about line 4 since line 3 is the same as line 1, but I never did that. I went in a different direction. So let's just go in a different direction together here. All right, I'm going to pretend that I'm just starting this. Boom, here we go. Today, rather than our usual retrospective dissection of a song or a parody song, let's take a look at what can be put together prospectively. Let's use parody maker number 2, reference a current event, and I meant to get this on paper and be able to hold it up for you, but I don't have it. Reference a current event, along with the similar playful song analysis technique number 11, make a reference to pop culture. So current event, pop culture. Also parody maker number 4, play to your local audience. Lyrical guideline number 3, repeat, repeat. That's lyrical guideline number 3, repeat, repeat. See what I did there? Lyrical guideline number 5, meter matters. And yes, comments, shout out to Ashland, or whatever Andy typed there. So Eric, I miss you. This one was for you. This was your own playful song analysis rule. Eric S. name annoyer number 9. Okay, probably number 1. Make a Billy Joel reference. And it's subpart B, that bleepity bleep bleep song. So if we throw all of these things together into a pot and stir, what do we get? Any guesses? So again, we've got current event, make a reference to pop culture, play to your local audience, repeat, repeat, meter matters, Eric S. name annoyer number 9, okay, number 1, make a Billy Joel reference, and it's subpart B, if you do know what is that bleepity bleep song. And, well, really, it's only Eric that thinks it's a bleepity bleep song. Well, it's going to take too long for me to wait for guesses. I can't believe it's 2:40 already. I'm just going to go for it. You throw all that in a pot and stir, and this is what you get. Din, 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 din. Root beer rag, 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 rag. But wait, there's more. Root beer rag, 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 root beer, root beer, root beer rag. Dang, I felt a little bit like Scooby-Doo at the end of that. That's right, it's the brand new ragtime tune, Root Beer Rag Rag. Do take note. It was, in fact, lyrical guideline number 5, meter matters, that guided me to repeating rag to create this catchy title, Root Beer Rag Rag. Did you notice the reference just then to lyrical guideline number 3, repeat, repeat? I mean, the lyrical guidelines are just so interwoven. It's truly a mix and match paradise. Now, not only is root beer a part of pop culture for decades, really. W&A root beers got that mossy frog taste. Hashtag not a sponsor. But hey, if you'd like to be, contact Gina at GovsRadio at Optimum.net or call 631-495-7696. That's 631-495-7696. List your house with, I don't even know if we're going to have time to do that. Time is flying. So, back to our story. Although the entire original song is the parodied song, that would be We Didn't Start the Fire, everybody knows that. It's a list of current events, and many of those involve pop culture. For instance, Rock and Roller Cola Wars as just one vintage textbook example. Disclaimer, it was not I who initiated the kindling, incineration, or any other type of pyromaniacal act. That, Andy, may or may not have resulted in any comedic murder. Okay, I don't know if that was funny or not, but that's all I got there. Need more comments, people. Need you to talk to me. Let me know what's going on. While I wait for some more comments to pop up, I'm going to throw out some Govs Comedy Club Radio love. It's Friday. I'd love Grass, and I get that he and the boys get to go on vacation, but I mean, who missed Limo Zoom last night? I mean, I sent him Tin Man on his timeline yesterday, just, because. All right, we're doing this. Sharing the love, ads gotta happen. Limo Talk is brought to you by Gotham Gold Limousines. Gotham Gold Limousines is family-owned and operated, started by Anthony Graziday in his sister's basement with no cars and just an old fax machine and a cricket infestation. Yes, you heard that right, with no cars and just an old fax machine and a cricket infestation. 3 years of hard work and a loyal customer base, Gotham Gold Limousines has grown to 10 vehicles and a party bus. Gotham Gold Limousines is the answer for any and all your transportation needs, including corporate rides, wine tours, beer tours, and sporting events transport. For more information and testimonials, check out Gotham Gold Limousines at gothamgoldgrass.com. That's gothamgoldgraz.com. 516-398-9678. That's 516-398-9678. Gotham Gold Limousines is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and always just a call or click away. Things that I should have been able to do by memory, but I'm reading. But I'll read with some passion. I miss greatly letting you know that the Knock 'Em Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by Bella Vista Pizza. Bella Vista Pizza for the best pizza in the whole wide world. Check out Bella Vista Pizza in these trying times. Bella Vista, to the best of my knowledge, remains open, and they are taking every precaution to keep everyone healthy and safe, offering curbside pickup. Dining room, I think, is still closed. Certainly reach out to them with the contact information, and potentially drop-off service could still be ongoing. This is older information, but delivery with drop-off service, credit card only. DoorDash and at Uber Eats, they had been using potentially a discount if you check out their Facebook page. But contact them, get in touch with them through this information. They are located at 154 Minetto Hill Road in Plainview. That's 154 Minetto Hill Road in Plainview. 516-433-4464. That's 516-433-4464. BellaVistaPizza.com. Bambinos, check them out today. Also follow them on Facebook at Bella Vista Pizza and Pasta. That's Bella Vista Pizza and Pasta on Facebook. On Instagram at Bella Vista Pizza LI. That's at Bella Vista Pizza LI on Instagram. Man, I hope you miss hearing that as much as I miss saying it. Also miss letting you know that the Knock 'Em Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by Gina Congemi Coffin, licensed real estate agent with Signature Premier Properties. That's Gina Congemi Coffin, licensed real estate agent with Signature Premier Properties. 631-495-7696. That's 631-495-7696. When you work with Gina, you tap into the collective experience of the best, most experienced realtors on Long Island. Contact Gina today to discuss how Signature Premier Properties and Gina can help you market and sell your property successfully or find your perfect home. More information about Gina's listings can be found at signaturepremier.com. That's signaturepremier.com. List your house with Gina, and she will work so hard for you and sell your house so fast that it will make your head and maybe your whole chair spin. And of course, I really miss telling you that the Knock 'Em Dead Comedy Show is brought to you by Knock 'Em Dead Comedy. Knock 'Em Dead Comedy for the funniest murder mysteries in the whole wide world, where I offer you the perpetual disclaimer that these are Andy, by design, comedic murder mysteries. 100% real comedy and mystery, 100% comedic murder. No humans or animals are harmed in the making. Cue Andy complaining in the comments. Do you want to see a boring murder mystery where some crusty old pea pants says, "There's been a murder, one moment, gotta take that sunset heart hands picture for my dear Ethel. Where was I? No. You do not want to see that. Goodness, no. You do not want to see the other guy's murder mystery. What you do want to see is seeing and being a part of the full experience. Why I'm doing an ad, why would you send me an email now and pop it up on my window in front of my notes? Oh, hi. You want the full experience to meet and hang out with, ultimately, that character who's going to meet their comedic demise. You want to see that comedic murder happen right before your eyes. How many times have I slipped up on that? Right before you eyes. It's an Italian ad. You want to see that comedic murder happen right before you eyes. As you laugh, sing, and dance as a part of the action at a Knock 'em Dead comedy murder mystery show on Instagram. Follow at Knock 'em Dead Comedy. That's at Knock 'em Dead Comedy on Instagram for upcoming show dates. I don't know how soon they'll be back, but when they are, they will be on knockemdeadcomedy.com/show dates, at knockemdeadcomedy.com/show dates. On Facebook, that's Knock 'em Dead Comedy. And I miss this. Person sitting on the right side of the viewer's perspective, Sally, Tony, back to you. Sad, people, sad. Let's get it going back in the studio again. Oh, I love this part of my notes. Hey, Don. So, besides Facebook Live, where else can we see you? What? What's that you say? We on TV? We on TV! Ah, yes. Don't forget to get your favorite Gov Show t-shirt, mugs, and socks. Just, this is what you do. You go to teespring.com. In the search bar, you put GovsRadio. Get you some Govs swag. Sorry, I got lost in the comments. Nobody is going to miss anyone during this pandemic. Explain that to me, Andy. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Woman, person, man, camera, TV. Alrighty. I really didn't know if I'd be able to babble this for third. This is how desperate y'all are for Tony and Sally not being here this week. And speaking of, where are my? This is for you, Joe Stas and Chef Felix. Where are you for, like, your Friday afternoon distraction? Hopefully you'll watch this back later and enjoy it. Kids, I think I'm basically out of material. I'm like looking in my electronic notes for ads that I can do. Let's see. Oh, can't tell you about that song for Pasusu yet. Oh, can't tell you about that song for Pasusu yet. There's one in the works. Yeah. All right, here was a parody song that I tried to write. Never got it fully happening. It wasn't going to go far enough. I'm just going to read you the chorus. Oh, Don Sill typed on TV! So, this was going to be an effort at 80s hair band classic Wingers song 17. This parody, which I will read you the chorus, was going to be called It's Only Quarantine. It's only quarantine. Quarantine. A temporary season. Glass half full, not half empty. It's only quarantine. Quarantine. Stay the heck off of the beaches. You ain't storming Normandy. See, there was like some pop culture current event referencing in that. I used some of those PSA rules because, I wrote that around the times that people were saying, our grandfathers stormed Normandy, you can stay home, sit on your couch, etc., etc. Oh, Andy, there's plenty of Pazuzu for everyone else. Goodness, I could not. It's all that I can do to help contribute to, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes worth of Pazuzu. There is lots of Pazuzu for everyone else. I am going to quickly... Oh, that's an old Pazuzu song. I'm going to quickly hit this one again and give some more love to Two Eagles Auto Body. Two Eagles Auto Body is a family-owned and operated collision shop located in New Hyde Park and has been servicing the community for over 20 years. In addition to collision services, Two Eagles offers their very own car rental company. They can meet you at any location with a car and offer 24-hour towing services. At Two Eagles, they are constantly striving for perfection, with your satisfaction being their number one priority. Two Eagles Auto Body, 1818 Falmouth Avenue, New Hyde Park, New York, 516-328-2527, and I'm going to copy and paste that for them again. ii-eagles-autobody.hub.biz and ii-eagles-autobody@aol.com. And there it goes into the comments. I think I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for hanging out here with me. Thank you, Sally and Tony and Mike O'Toole, for having this all set up for me and for the invite to do this. I'm basically out of content here. Maybe have been for minutes. I'm looking at my Two Eagles notes. Take care, Don. Looking at my Two Eagles notes, and I have to say, I was busy last night. I don't know if we ran an episode of Limo Talk last night, but last week there was the playback of the Artie Lang episode, and I had a lot of interesting observations in it, and I wrote them all out as Friends episode titles. So I'll read those to you quickly here. So this episode where Artie Lang came into the studio and sat down with the Limo Talk guys for an interview. These are all of the things that I noted in it. The one where Graz meets Eric. I don't know if it was perfectly true in person, but I think it was actually the night that Graz and Eric Shevlin met each other. The one where we figured out why Facebook muted. I called it that because, well, there was some loud music playing on it, so, that might have had something to do with Facebook muting. Who knows, because Facebook can be a little mute finicky. What else did we note here? The one with the first Gov simulcast, that was pretty crazy awesome. Live simulcasting of audio from the comedians in the little room during Limo Talk. The one where Jeff Bosey was almost a Three's Company host? What? You might want to go back and watch that just to hear about that. The one where Graz spoke gently and delicately about I can't even read you the initials of this person. The one where Charlie was on stage. And part B of that, the one where Charlie vents. So, pretty much everybody was on stage and came into the Limo Talk, into the studio, to the Limo Talk gang. And after their live acts were aired. And unfortunately, while Charlie's live act was happening, That was when Artie Lang was in the studio, so we didn't hear Charlie live on that, and thus A, the one where Charlie was on stage, and B, the one where Charlie vents. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my clock says 2:58. I didn't know if I was going to make it half an hour on this, and I would not have made it unless you had all stuck it out with me and actually made me think that everything I was doing was going to carry us this long. So I don't know how long quarantine life will go on. I don't know if I'll ever do one again, but I guess if I get scheduled for another quarantine life in the future, I will cook up some silly little playful song analysis type activity. Until then, I think you know where to find me, and I will certainly be trying to craft a couple of new Pasusu song parodies for Don's amazing video creation. I don't know, do I just get cut off? Do I turn it off? I don't even remember where stop is on this thing. I'm glad I guessed right in actually not being crooked for the first 2 minutes like I was last time. Darn it, that says edit and not exit. I have a feeling I'm either going to get cut off or I'll go with the big X in the circle because, that's usually a pretty good option. Again, my honor, my pleasure to get to hang out through this whole hour. I really can't believe that several of you hung out with me this whole time. I greatly appreciate it. I had fun. I hope you did too. Everyone continue to stay safe, and we'll just see if we can continue to make progress and get through this little insanity that's been going on of late. Oh, there's my timer. It looks like I've got like another whole 2 minutes maybe. Has anybody said anything in the comments? Looks like no. Thank you, Andy. You have a great weekend as well. Everybody have a great weekend. Andy, Don, Joan, Tom, Andrew Fremder, everybody else that popped in here that I could actually see dropping comments to me. Gina, thank you all. Again, I've had fun. I miss reading the ads. Somebody needs to sponsor Three's Company so I can read ads for them. Hold on tight. We're going to have to wait and see who that's going to be. Little flashback for you there. I think that's it, boys and girls. Again, be safe. Have a great rest of your Friday and a great weekend. Oh, I've got inside of a minute. Tonight, Friday night at, I think it's at 8. It might be earlier than that, but I believe it's at 8. Your Friday night quarantine life with Mandy Jones and her husband Glenn. Saturday, I should have asked Tom earlier about whether there is a Cars and Comedy. Later on Saturday, there's a Pasusu, Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up, of course. And I also don't know earlier in the day on Saturday if MJ or anybody is doing a quarantine life. Looks like we are at 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Thank you all. Everybody take care. Have a great weekend. And I should be getting hung up on here soon. So thanks all. Be safe. Take care.